Hello, beautiful creative souls. Welcome to my Valentine's Day video number 2. Number 1 was about self-love, and number 2 is going to be about the love that you find in friendships. This year for Valentine's Day, I wanted to touch on different forms of love. So I'm bringing out 3 videos. This is video number 2. The third one I want to bring out as soon as possible, and hopefully before Valentine's Day, but the ideas you can use all year round, really. If you're interested in any of my upcoming videos, I would love it if you stuck around by subscribing. Comments and questions are always welcome, tips are always welcome, and likes are always appreciated. So for this video, there's a theme to it. I really wanted to channel the friendship of Wednesday and Enid from the hit Netflix show Wednesday. Now, I know this show isn't everyone's cup of tea, but you don't have to be a fan of the show to find inspiration in this video. There are no spoilers, just in case you haven't seen the show yet. This is just going to focus on the DIYs inspired by the 2 characters' personalities. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you find inspiration somewhere in it. So as you can see, I already started on the first project, and what I used was this wooden heart-shaped piece that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I split it into half. One half is going to be black with black feathers. Those feathers I found at Walmart. And then the other half is going to represent the stained glass window, which is the stained glass window that's in the show in their dorm room. But it wasn't exact, and I don't know if it's because of my dyslexia, but it was really hard for me to get the pattern right. My brain just didn't want to cooperate. It did come out really cool in the end, though. Very different, and I hope that you like this idea. You get the gist of the idea, and I hope you like it. Project number 2 is one of my favorites because I took 2 completely different looks and I somehow made them harmonize together. What I'm using is this love sign from the Dollar Tree, and I took off all the tinsel. I believe it's called tinsel for this. I'm not really sure, but it was really easy to take off, and I did keep it, and I ended up putting it inside a clear ornament, and that actually is a little bonus DIY. Now going back to the original project, so I used trouser socks. These I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap the trouser socks around the V and the E. Now I'm adding more elements to this, so I'm adding flowers and spiders, and this is something I bought during October time at the Dollar Tree. For the L and O, I am covering them with white feathers, and these feathers I found at Walmart, and I did just hot glue them on. Lastly, I hot glued these glass gems that I found at the Dollar Tree. I loved how perfect they were because they matched the color of the stained glass window. So I wanted to add some lights to this, and I ended up taking the lights off from my previous project in my last video, and I changed this sign. I decided to add flowers to the center, some paper flowers, and those I got from Shein. And then I painted some red and pink in places, and then I think I'm going to send this one to my mom. Now moving back to the original project, so I wanted this to stand on its own, so I just used a scrap piece of wood that I had and I painted it antique gold, and I'm going to tie this to the sign. When it comes to this piece, I really wanted the energy to be about a yin and yang and showing how they harmonize together, showing how they don't have to change each other to work. And I really hope that came out in this project.
I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go. When life seems
Projects 3 and 4 are connected. I have a vase and a glass bowl, and I'll be spray painting both with black gloss spray paint, but I'll only spray paint half of each. So this is how I made sure that I didn't get spray paint on the opposite side that I don't want spray paint on.
focus on love, focus on love.
And this is how they turned out after I spray painted them.
Focus on love. Reflect on.
So I wanted each one to have a different look, and I decided for the vase I wanted to go for a more abstract look, and I used a sponge and I just chose different bright colors that kind of went with the stained glass window colors, and then I just sponged on the paint. For the glass bowl I used the colored gems from the Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued those on using a small amount of hot glue. I really like how they came out. I think they came out cool looking, and I like that if I center them in the middle, then I can see both sides, or I can flip one around, and then if I want to have just the one colorful look, or I could flip it around to the other side and have just the black look. So I think that's pretty cool how that worked out. Project number 5 was fun for me to make. I used a sign from the Dollar Tree. I took off the love words that were glued to it, and I'm just going to paint on the back. So these are the things that I'm going to use on my sign. I have spiders that I got from the Dollar Tree during Halloween, and then the red roses again that I got from Shein. First, I painted this with chalkboard paint. Now for the roses, I used black acrylic paint and a sponge, and I painted them without completely covering them with black paint. I'm reusing the wooden beads that originally came with the sign, and I'm just going to dab some black acrylic paint on that too. To give this a touch of Enid, I'm adding a little pink on everything, so including the spiders.
I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go. When life seems impossible, look from a new angle, change just one little thing. When life feels intolerable, find your true source of love. Concentrate, focus on love. Center now, focus on love. Dedicate, focus on love. Focus now, focus on love.
So I love how the flowers came out. I think they came out really pretty and cool looking, better than I expected them to come out. And I think if they're really cool. And the last thing I did was add in a quote from the show that I thought was fitting for this video because it's what Wednesday says to Enid.
Find your true source of love. Focus now, focus on love. When life seems
For project number 6, I'm reusing this house-shaped calendar thing I found at the Dollar Tree. I used this on one of my Christmas videos, but I thought of a new idea for it, and I love how this turned out in the end. For this one, I'm going to use a scrap piece of fabric that I saved, and I'm using this cute little bear I found on Shein. I'm also going to use black feathers again, so the first thing I did was sand this down a little bit. Now for the painting, I'm going to go with a black acrylic and an orange and a pink. I painted the fabric by using a sponge. And then I just hot glued the piece of fabric on, and I cut the extra amount of fabric off, and then I hot glued the feathers on the back, and I hot glued the bear. And that was it, and I just really wanted to come up with a way to combine the two characters, and I think this came out really cute. The 7th one is the last DIY, or the last project, and this was a really fun art project to do. It's simple and you can customize it however you like. For this one, I used a black canvas. I found that in a pack at Walmart, and the first thing I did with it was draw a large heart on a piece of paper because I'm going to use this as a stencil, and then I'm going to paint around it.
Jet planes in the night sky with you, getting high in the sunrise with you, getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine, 'cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you again. can't forget you. I miss you.
The last thing I did for this was hot glue the black feathers in the center of the heart.
I wish that you were mine.
And that is the last one. I hope you enjoyed this video and found inspiration somewhere in it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sending you lots of light today so you can find love in the darkest places. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.